So it's my pleasure to be here with Sara Mitaru, who has a whole bunch of accomplishments, including Messenger of Truth, which we're going to talk about. She's an entrepreneur, she's a musician, she's an artist, and a whole bunch of other things. Sara, can you tell us a little bit about how you first became interested in music?
I had been singing since I was 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yeah, you know, like the really bad choirs that they force you to sing in. And everybody really does.
Oh, I bet you were so cute though, you made up for it.
I know, absolutely. And you had a candle every time. I don't know why, because we sang badly.
Okay.
So,
So 3 years old, wow.
That's 3 years old. And then I didn't take it seriously. Everybody in my family used to sing. So we used to sing in the house every now and then. So I didn't take it seriously until 2003 when I had just finished my university and I was just working and I was like, no, this is not working for me anymore. So I got in touch with one of the local artists and recorded a single. Then in 2005 I went to Ireland and stayed for 3 months and did another album and then came back home and then that's basically what started off my journey.
From Kenya all the way to Ireland, wow. And I know that you spend a lot of energy and time and passion focused on how music plays a role in affecting social change. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, what happened was I got tired of singing just songs because we would sing songs and I always say, and look at our continent and say, we are still struggling. We're still having members of parliament who are stealing from us. We're still
the continent of
from
Africa.
the continent of Africa. And Kenya especially. I mean, people who are still living in abject poverty. And yet, as musicians, we have the capacity to make a difference because everybody listens to us. I mean, it's funny because I say at a show, if a musician asks everybody to lift their left hand, they'll do it. Then how much more if they tell them that enough is enough, that they need to stand up against poverty or they need to make a difference and put money together to bring change, how much more then can they do than just sing?
That's a great example for lifting your left hand to affecting global change. So speaking of change, there's lots of different ways to affect change, and I like to talk about there's evolution, where it happens very slowly, very gradually, and then on the other end of the spectrum is revolution, where it's stark and it can be violent. Where are you in terms of your beliefs around change? How do you make change happen?
I think I would move more towards evolution because music is part of us. It's part of what we do every day. I have not found anybody who has existed without listening to a song, loving a song, being in a disco or dancing. And what we don't realize is over a long period of time, the words that we sing begin to change how we think. So what has happened is many artists around the world in Africa have been singing music with a positive change. And so as you sing and sing about your rights, about human rights, child rights, the right to education, you realize that this is not just words that somebody is saying, but the reality that needs to become part and parcel of small minds is a country of small people, and that we can stand up against corruption. And so as you sing it over and over, you realize, I can actually do something about this. So it's an evolution, kind of slowly, but with a bigger impact.
I'm particularly interested in the fact that you're a female. Yes. And you're a mama-to-be.
Yes.
And you're an entrepreneur and an artist. So how do all of those things come together for you in terms of being a woman, being an entrepreneur, and being an artist?
I would definitely say that being a woman and being public, especially in Africa, has been a little bit difficult because it is very much male-dominated in one sense as far as the music is concerned. But then we go back to the stories where it's grandmothers who used to tell the stories in Africa. So we adapted the channel for, if our grandmothers used to tell the stories, then we can also be storytellers in one sense.
Sara, I know that you're a messenger of truth and to the United Nations, and for folks who might be listening or reading this, can you explain a little bit about what that means?
Messenger of Truth is different artists all over the world whose music is positive in their community. The music is not just about love songs, but does more than just entertain, but instead build, it encourages, it motivates, and most importantly, it gives a sense of hope, which is what our continent needs most of all, and the world needs most of all. So that's what being a messenger of truth entails. So I have been for 2 years. I enjoy it completely because what it does, it gives me a platform to do already what I used to do, which is sing and hopefully ensure that there's change in my community.
What advice would you have for people trying to affect change in their communities?
if you're trying to effect change in your community, the first thing is you must be part of the community. You cannot change a community that you are not part of. So you must. You can't just... There's an African saying where they say you cannot tell the old man how to dig his well. Cannot be a deed, but it must be a passion, because then it will last. It's something that you can live for your children and your children's children. You can live.
So if people want to find out more about you and your work and your music and what you're all about, where should they go to?
I'm on Twitter, which is my name, Sara Mitaru.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, which is my name, Sara Mitaru. You can find me on MySpace, which is www.myspace.com/ my nickname is MINYEH, Minye. So you can find my music there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And just for folks who are listening, Sara is S-A-R-A.
Yes.
And your last name is M-I-T-A-R-U.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
as a mom to me, as an artist, as a woman, as someone who celebrates life, and as someone who's working so hard to affect positive change. Thanks, Sara.
Thank you very much. Oh, that was nice.